Hello friends, so in today's video we are going to see bottom-up program for LCS problem. So before writing bottom-up program, we need to figure out the topological order. What do we mean by this? When we have seen the recursion tree, there is a specific order in which values are getting returned and we need to figure it out so that we can write the iterative code to fill our bottom-up table. Now let's see the bottom-up table. So as you can see here, LCS of 2, 2. So what will be the table size? 3 by 3. This we have already seen in our top-down videos. Please watch that video before coming to here. Okay. Now 0, 1, 2. Let's represent the indexes. So first of all, how these values are going to be returned. So to see that, let us start from left. Okay. So as you can see here, this 0, 2 will be the first one to return. That is, let's write here 1 to figure out the topological order. Now after that, 0, 1 is getting returned, and that 1, 0. Okay. Then 1, 1. After that 1, 2. After that, and one more thing, as you can see here, I have not drawn this tree. Why? Because either I use top-down approach or recursive approach. The topological order is going to be the same, because what we are doing in top-down approach is removing the duplicate problem. That is, when it will be calculated second or third time. Okay? We are just using the calculated value. So topological order will be same and our tree for analysis will be small. Okay. So what will happen? 1, 1 will be returned. So I am filling it here. After that 2, 0. That is, this value will be returned. That is, this will be the sixth value to be returned. After that 2, 1 will be returned. 7, and after that 2, 2 will be returned. That is, it is an 8 value to be returned. So here you can see order is this, but after that order is horizontal. Okay. Now do one more thing. Let's see the topological order here. Then we will figure out how to write out for loop. That is iterative code to fill the table. And as you can see here, it is calling LCS of 3, 3. So table will be 4 by 3. Sorry, 4 by 4. And let's this be our table. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Now see the topological order in this particular LCS 3, 3. So the first value that is going to be returned is 0, 3. After that 0, 2 will be returned. After that 0, 1 will be returned. After that 1, 0 will be returned. After that 1, 1 will be returned. After that 1, 2 will be returned. And after that 1, 3, 7. Okay. Now 1, 2 is already there. 1, 1, 2, 0. Okay. So this will be 8th thing to return. After that 2, 1, 9. Then 2, 2 and 2, 3. 10, 11. Then come here. 2, 2, we already have it. 2, 1, we already have it. Then 3, 0. That is, it will be the 12th value to return in topological order. After that 3, 1. 3, 1. 13, 3, 2, 3, 3. 14 and 15th value to be returned. So you can see here clearly, this one is getting filled like this. After that, this is our order. Okay. One more thing. This is the case when there will be no common character. Okay. And when there will be common character, so what is going to happen? Suppose instead of this, these two characters have been same. So what would have been happened? It called LCS of 2 comma 1. If again the character would have been same, it would be called 1 comma 0. So these value would not have been filled, and directly we have come to here. That is what I am trying to tell you right now is, suppose I am at this particular position, what are the values we need? To calculate 3 comma 3, we need this, that is 2 comma 2, in case if these two characters are this particular position in word 1 and word 2 are equal. Okay? Otherwise, we will see these two values which we are doing here. That is, if these two values are not equal, then we will go to second row and third column, then third row and second column, and we will take max out of it. So to calculate any values, we need these three values. Okay, and if we will fill our table in this fashion, so are we going to have these three values? Yes, we will have. Okay, so what we will do is, we will fill our table in horizontal order. And one more thing friends, you will ask, for this particular row, that is first row, we are getting values in reverse. So how we are going to do it? So thing which we are going to do here is, for I equal to 0 or j equal to 0, we are going to directly fill 0. Okay? That is, we will initialize this row and this column with 0. And rest we are going to fill iteratively in horizontal order. So friends, we are going to write bottom up program for LCS. And def bu LCS, I am defining this function here. This function will take two parameters, L1 and L2, where L1 is the length of first word and L2 is the length of second word. So what we are going to do? I will run a for loop. And what is that for loop going to do? It will fill up the table. For I in range L1 plus 1, for j in range L2 plus 1. This will keep track of rows and it will keep track of column. Okay? Now, what we are going to do? See, whether I am doing top down or bottom up, we are going to use that recursive equation only. And in bottom up, what we are going to do? We will just replace the function calls with arrays. That is array indexing. Now let's see how I am going to do it. If I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, what I am going to do is, in tab of ij, I will put 0. Okay? And what is tab? Tab will be the table which I will be filling during this code. So you may be thinking how to create this table. So to create this table, I have already explained it in detail in my previous video, that is top down video, and I will recommend you to watch my videos in sequence. That is, first you watch the recursive one, then top down, and then bottom up. Okay? So how I am going to initialize it? 0 into length of W2 plus 1. Okay? For I in range length of W1 plus 1. This will help us in creating a to-do list, which we will be using while filling this bottom up table. So you may be thinking, why I have initialized it using 0. In bottom up program for LCS, it doesn't matter that from which value we are going to initialize it, but to be on safer side, I am initializing it with 0. And one more thing friends, but when we will come to another problem like longest palindrome subsequence, it will depend. And in those cases, we are strictly required to initialize with 0. Now what we are going to do is, we will proceed and check for other case in this particular bottom up program. So if you remember, in our recursive equation, our case one was, if either of my string is 0, then what I am going to do? I will fill 0. Otherwise, I will check the last characters of both the word. Last character. Okay? And if the last character were equal, what we are going to do? If W1 of I minus 1 is equal to W2 of J minus 1, what we should do? We should return 1 plus, then we are making a function called to I minus 1 J minus 1. But here what we are going to do? We are going to do 1 plus tab of I minus 1 J minus 1, and I am going to put it in tab of I J. So this is our second case. That is when the last character is equal. And if our last character were not equal, what we were doing? We were picking max. Let's assume this is when we have called LCS of 3, we were taking max between these two. That is LCS of 2, 3 or LCS of 3, 2. We were choosing max. So how we are going to do it here? Else we are going to update in tab of IJ max of tab of I minus 1 J tab of I J minus 1. So this is my tab of I minus 1 J and this is my tab of I J minus 1. So you can see here everything is coming from a recursive equation only. Okay, and this is how you easy to write our bottom-up program if you know the recursive program in detail and you understand it. Now, when this for loop will execute and end, our table will be filled, and after that what we are going to do? We will return tab of L1, L2. Now let's see how this code will execute in memory. Now let's take an example of two words where word 1 will be equal to ABC and word 2 will be equal to BCD. So as we can figure it out from here, longest common subsequence will be 2, and what is that? BC. Now what we are going to do is we will just execute this code, that is we will do a dry run for this particular code. So as the length of word 1 is 3 and length of word 2 is 3, so our table dimension will be 4 by 4, as you can see here. For let's make a table, and this is our indexing for table 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3, and here I am initializing it with 0. So friends, if you can see my code, if I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, what I am going to do is I will update in tab of ij 0, and rest value we are going to calculate using these two, elif and else. So what I am doing here, for easy sake, that is convenience, I will just removing it 0 as we are going to update it. So what we will do here? My aim to just make the code simple for you to understand and to relate these codes to the recursive version. You can write this code in multiple ways, but I am trying to explain it in the easiest way, and that is using its relationship with the recursive version. So now let's see how this for loop will execute. And if you remember from our last, when I have explained the topological order, the topological order for the first row was like this, after that it was like this. So it doesn't matter how we are going to fill it, it will be 0 only. Okay, now let's start. What will happen when I will be equal to 1 and j will be equal to 1 2 3? That is, in second iteration I will be equal to 1 and j will run from 0 to 3, and here I have already filled it from 0, so I will, for explanation, I will just use 1 2 or 3. Then what is going to happen? We are going to update this tab of 1, 1. How we are going to update it? Using these two equations. Okay, these two LA. So first of all, what I will do is I will write the corresponding value here. So our rows is representing word 1. So A, B, C, I am going to write it here. And our column is representing word 1. So I am going to write B, C, D here, corresponding to their particular index. When I will be equal to 1 or I will be equal to 0, if I will be equal to 1, so what is going to happen? It will see the first character of word 2 at the 0th index. Okay, as you can see here, I minus 1. So this is what it is going to do. So I have written the corresponding characters here. Now let's fill the table. So when I will be equal to 1 and j will be equal to 1, first of all, this elif check will be done. So what is going to happen? Here it is A, here it is B. So it is not equal. And if it is not equal, then we will come to this particular else. And what we are doing in else? Tab of ij in 1 comma 1, in tab of 1 comma 1, we will update max of tab of 0 1 or tab of 1 0. Okay, and what is tab of 0 1? Tab of 0 1 is this value and tab of 1 0 is this value. Okay, so I will choose max. So as you can see here, it is 0. Now let's combine I will be equal to 1 and j will be equal to 2. Here we have A, here we have C. So it is not equal. So basically what we will do? See, if it is not equal, if the characters are not matching, we are taking max from, if you see the table context, what we are doing is, we are picking max between left value and up value. So what is max? 0. Now come I equal to 1, j equal to 3. Here characters are not matching. So again we are going to pick max between these two values and it will be 0. Now let's come when I will be equal to 2 and j will run from 1 to 3. And what is going to happen? BB. It is equal, and if it is equal, this elif will be true and I will return 1 plus tab of I minus 1, tab of j minus 1. So what is tab of I minus 1, j minus 1? It will be the diagonal value. So I will pick 1 plus tab of I minus 1, j minus 1. So it will be 1. Now come to I equal to 2, j equal to 2, B, C not equal. So what I am going to do? Max of up and left 1. Again B, D. When it will be B, it will be not equal, I will pick max, that is 1. And now come here, I equal to 3 and when j will run from 1 to 3. So here you can see CB not equal, I will pick max, that is 1. CC, it is equal, I will pick 1 plus diagonal value 2. CD not equal, I will pick max between up and left. So I will pick 2 and our table is filled now. And at last time what I am going to do after this for loop will execute, I will return tab of 3 comma 3. And what is tab of 3 comma 3? 2. So 2 will be returned and it is our answer, and which is correct. So as you can see here, this is how we are going to write the bottom up program, and it is very similar to recursive one, but we are just replacing function call with array syntax.
So friends, as you can see here, this is our bottom up program for LCS problem. And you may be noticing that I have done few changes here. So what are these changes? This outer for loop is running from 1 to L1 plus 1, and same with the inner for loop. And why am I doing this? See, if our I is equal to 0 or j was equal to 0, what I was doing was, in tab of ij I was updating 0. And if you notice here, our table is already initialized with 0. So do we need to update it? No. So basically what I am going to do is, I will run my for loop for row greater than equal to 1 and same with the column. So now let's execute this code for few different combination of word 1 and word 2 and find the answer. So first of all, I will keep word 1 as ABC and word 2 also as, word 2 as BCD. Now let's find the answer through recursive program and bottom up program, and we will compare the time. So as you can see here, through recursive program it is giving us two answer which is correct, and time taken 0 nanosecond. Actually not 0 second, not 0 nanosecond, it is time very smaller than 0 nanosecond. Now let's execute the same through bottom up program. So first of all we will create the table. Okay, as bottom up program we will be using a table. Now as you can see here also the answer is 2 which is correct, and you can see the table, and if you remember this is the same table which we have filled on the board. Now let's change the input combination. Now in this time word 1 I will make A B C D G H, okay, and word 2 I will make A E D F H R. And as you can see here the longest common subsequence will be ADH and length is 3. And friends, to print out the longest common subsequence we will see in next video. Till then we will only find the longest common subsequence length. Okay, now let's find the answer. So answer is 3 which is correct. Now do the same thing using bottom up code. First of all we need to initialize the table as table length is dependent on the length of word 1 and word 2. Okay, and our bottom up code depend upon table. So as you can see here the answer is 3 which is correct. Now again what we are going to do is we will change word 1 and word 2 combination. Control B, and we will paste it here. So our what answer we will be expecting? Length 4. So now let's find it out. As you can see here through recursive it is taking 0 nanosecond, the answer is 4. Now let's do same thing using bottom up program. Again we will be creating table. Why? Because our bottom up table dimension is dependent on length of word 1 and word 2, and every time we are changing word 1 and word 2 we will create a separate table. So now let's execute this code. As you can see here answer is 4 and this is our bottom up table. Now friend, the last thing what we are going to do is in word 1 I will keep A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. Okay, and in word 2 what I will do, I will reverse it and keep it. So our longest common subsequence will be 1, and see how much time it will take using recursive method. Using recursive method, if you have remember from my last video that is recursive 1, it will take approximately 16 seconds. Okay, now what we will do is we will execute the same thing using bottom up program and see the time difference. Okay, as you can see here it is taking 16 seconds. Now do the same thing using bottom up code. See how fast it is. So this is the time difference we are going to achieve using bottom up program, approximately 10 to the power 10 times, which is a huge amount of difference. Okay, now this is all I have for this particular bottom up code, and if you have liked this video friends, then please like, share and subscribe my video, and thanks a lot for watching.